So everyone has out your book. Perfect. Okay. What page are we on, Trey?
43.
Awesome. Okay. What can you read for us? What is the title of the story that we're reading?
Texas versus Johnson. Majority opinion.
Very good. So what is the genre, Hayden, of this story?
It's a court opinion.
Very good. Okay. So first, we're gonna go through the story. We're gonna look at the text. Then we're gonna do notice and notes, and then y'all are gonna work on a group poster. So whenever we get to that point, I'm gonna go over the directions. Okay. So let's take a look. So this is what we're gonna be focusing on. So who remembers? Crew, do you remember what kind of text? So the last story that we looked at was literary text. So what kind of text are we looking at for this piece? Do you know, Noelia?
Informational text.
Informational text, right? So whenever you take the LEAP test, they're gonna tell you literary or informational. What do you know about informational, Caitlin?
It informs you.
It informs you. Very good. Gavin, if a piece of literature or text informs you, what's something that it would have in it? Facts. Very good. What's something else, Sawyer? Remember we talked about an anecdote? Do you remember what an anecdote is?
Like when you, is that when you cite the text evidence?
That's a good guess. What is an anecdote? So if somebody is using an anecdote within a true story, does anybody remember what it is? Maybe? You think you know?
We talked about it yesterday.
We did, yes.
Isn't it like paraphrasing what the thing says?
Close.
A short story.
It's a story, right? It's a story, right? So whenever we're gonna see in this court case, they're gonna tell a story that's gonna be true. And it's gonna be the story of what the guy does. So whenever we see the details, they're gonna talk about the story. Gab, Hayden, do you remember where did the story take place? Where did the guy burn the flag at? And what city?
Texas.
Very good. Okay.
He loves the big guy.
Yes, thank you. So today we're looking at informational text, right? So informational text, as you're gonna see, they have a lot of words that are gonna be complicated, and we're looking at a court case, so they're gonna have even more complicated words. So some things that we're gonna wanna look for. So Trey, what are some things that we're gonna look for in this lesson? Can you read number 1 for us?
Cite relevant textual evidence, simple analysis of what the text says explicitly as well, and being able to draw inferences from the text.
Very good. So this case, you're gonna have to draw inferences a lot. What is an inference, maybe?
Kind of like a guess.
Yes, kind of like a guess, right? So Gavin, when we're gonna be listening to this court case and you have to make an inference, what are they wanting you to do?
See, like make an inference on what the court is doing decision.
Yes, very good. On the decision, right? Because this is from the Supreme Court. Okay, very good. So number 2, Noelia, can you read number 2?
Determine the central idea of a text and provide an objective summary of the text.
So we're gonna do this in a little while. You're gonna work with your group. And you're gonna write a summary on 1 paragraph or 2. So I have each of you assign a paragraph. So you're gonna tell us, what is this paragraph about? And then the last thing we're gonna look at is we're gonna determine the meanings of words and phrases. Because we looked at 4 different vocabulary words. Hayden, can you read the vocabulary words for us?
Compulsion, implicit, reaffirmation, resilience.
Awesome, thank you. So, and whenever y'all work with your groups, I'm just gonna, each group's gonna have 1 word, and we all gonna look it up for us. Okay. So, Trey, can you read again for us? So, what is the title of the piece of informational text that we're reading?
Texas versus Johnson, majority opinion.
Very good, okay. And what genre is it?
Court opinion.
And who is it written by?
William J. Brennan.
Does anyone remember who is William J. Brennan?
That's
He wrote the story.
Yeah.
He's the Supreme Court justice, right? So it's his opinion that we're reading. Very good. Okay, so we looked at the background yesterday. Kaylin, what is something that you remembered from the background about this story, about this case?
It was in those things you highlighted?
Yes.
I remember something about.
Okay, what amendment? So what amendment to the Constitution did the guy, he wrote to the Supreme Court because he felt like the state of Texas violated his rights.
The First Amendment?
Yes, very good, right? So the First Amendment. So in the background, Navy. So what First Amendment right, when y'all worked in your groups, y'all had to list what the First Amendment rights. So what First Amendment right did he feel like was violated for him?
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, right? Okay, so Sawyer, what exactly did he do? So what did the guy who committed the crime from the state of Texas, so what did he do that violated freedom of speech?
Set an American flag on fire?
Yes, right, very good. So he set an American flag on fire. Hayden, did he do this in a public place, at his house? Like, what is the setting of the place that he lit the flag on fire? Protesting, right? And so what did we learn yesterday, Layla, about the amendment in the Constitution and the right to protest? How do we have to do it? Yes, peacefully, right? So because the state of Texas, they felt like you're burning a flag and he was saying derogatory things. So they felt like he wasn't doing it peacefully. So they arrested him. Noelia, do you remember they gave him 2 things as punishments. Do you remember what?
You have to pay in jail.
He had to, yes, right? He had to pay a fine and do jail time. Okay, so what else? So what did he do? So he appealed to the court in Texas, and they agreed with him, right? They said, no, you still have to do this. So what did he do next, Trey?
Went to the court.
Went to the court, okay. So which court did he take his case
It was
to?
like county court. Then they said he's wrong. They went to my court, he said it's wrong. There was another one. They said he was right.
Yes, right. So the final court was the Supreme Court. So they hear about how many cases?
Like thousands.
They get 7,000 to 8,000 requests, right? And so they hear about 80, and so this is one of the cases that they heard. Very good. Okay. So as we read, we're gonna look at evidence that Brendan writes. He's the justice that we're gonna read his opinion. So we're gonna look at things that he uses to support his opinion, and we're gonna look at his audience because it's important to know who is he talking to, and what's the purpose. Like, why is he writing this? So we want to use our background knowledge and some of the things that we remembered from yesterday. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? 9, okay, yes. And so the key word in this text is what?
Majority.
The word majority, right? So how do we get a majority opinion, Trey?
Like, let's say you have 10 people. 6 people gotta say yes. Or 6 people gotta say no for it to go.
And this one has an odd number, right?
Yeah.
So, Sawyer, do you remember how many justices agreed and said this guy, that Texas is violating his rights, that he has the right to burn the flag? So if they have a majority opinion.
Was it 10 or 5?
5, very good, right? So they had 9 total. Okay. So paragraph 1. Gavin, can you read paragraph 1 for us? So as we're reading paragraph 1, we want to look at words. You can either circle or underline words that are going to pertain to this context of the text, okay? So you're going to look for legal words. So we're going to start with paragraph 1. Okay, so Gavin, can you read paragraph 1 for us?
We decline, therefore, to create the flag an exception to the joust of principles protected by the First Amendment.
Okay, so the word joust, what do they tell you in the footnote?
That means competition.
Competition, very good, right? So they're telling us a competition of principles protected by the First Amendment. What is the second one for the second footnote?
First Amendment.
Okay, very good. What does it tell you specifically about the First Amendment?
That the part of the Bill of Rights added to the U.S. Constitution deals with freedom of speech among other freedoms.
Yes, very good, right? And y'all gave me some great examples from the background. How this one, Navy told us they specifically focus on freedom of speech. Okay, so in the paragraph that he just read, what are some keywords that you see in there that are going to help you figure out what this text is about?
First Amendment.
First Amendment, very good. First Amendment, And then there's a big word in the first sentence that talks about exactly what this is about.
Flag.
Flag, very good, right? So flag and then First Amendment. Okay, Gavin, would you like to call on someone to read next?
Trey.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
To say that the government has interest in encouraging proper treatment of the flag, however, it does not say that it may publicly punish a person for bearing a flag as a means of political protest. National unity.
Yes, you can keep going.
National unity as an end which especially may foster by persecution. An example is not in question. The problem is whether, under our Constitution, compulsion, as here employed, is permissible means for its achievement.
Okay, what does the word compulsion mean? Because it's one of our vocabulary words. The word compulsion means what?
Thank you for verifying or endorsing again.
Forced obligation.
A forced obligation, right? So what is an example of a compulsion that you have to do every day as a student?
Go to school.
You have to come to school, right?
Wake up.
You have to wake up, hopefully, right? So they're talking about how under the Constitution, you have a forced obligation. The Constitution gives you certain rights, and they give you the right to free speech. Okay. So I want to take a look at this code right here. The one that Trey read, that would be paragraph 3. Does anybody see, okay, so we see, what do y'all see in like within these brackets?
A name.
There's a name, okay, very good.
It's like the
We see a name, okay, what else do you notice?
like names and
Numbers.
Some numbers, right? So then US, so this is probably, we're looking at text evidence. So Barnett isn't somebody's name that we've seen so far. So we talked about a precedent. Does anybody remember when a justice or a judge is going over a court case, they're gonna talk about a precedent. What does the word pre mean?
Before.
Before, right?
amazing.
So they're gonna talk about what kinds of cases? Past cases, right? So a justice, they're gonna use cases, when they're writing their opinion, they're gonna use cases from previous cases that are similar. So that's what we see an example of this. So y'all were looking for text evidence, right? So every story we've done has been fiction. So you had to find text evidence. Well, this would be a claim. So he has an argument and a claim, and this is the justice's name. So it's gonna be this paragraph here. Okay, Trey, who would you like to call on? So this is the justice, right? So this is what he looks like. So this, yes, he is all right, and we saw he spent a lot of time on the Supreme Court and through his 80s.
Whoa, that's not close. I'll pick on Sawyer.
Okay, Sawyer, thank you. Can you read paragraph 3 for us, please?
Oh, yes. We are fortifying today's conclusion by our conviction that forbidding criminal punishment for conduct such as Johnson's will not endanger the special role played by our flag or the feelings it inspires. To paraphrase Justice Holmes, we submit that nobody can suppose that this one gesture of an unknown man will change our nation's attitude toward this flag. Indeed, Texas's argument that the burning of the American flag is an act having high likelihood to cause a breach of the peace and its statute's implicit assumption that physical mistreatment of the flag will lead to serious offense, tend to confirm that the flag's special role is not endangered. If it were, no one would riot or take offense because the flag had been burned.
Okay, very good. So what is happening in here that Sawyer just read? This justice is giving his opinion, right? And so he uses the word paraphrase. So what does it mean to paraphrase something?
Put it in different
Sum it
words.
To put it in different words to sum it up. Very good, okay? And so he's gonna mention another justice's name. So Hayden, why do you think this judge is gonna talk about another judge whenever he's talking about his opinion? Like, what do you think using somebody else's information that's similar to your case, what do you think that's gonna help with your argument?
Kind of like, not gonna give another like source.
Yes, it's gonna help strengthen his argument, right? He's gonna give him another source. So that's one of the things that he does. He paraphrases it. And so whenever we paraphrase, right, he's not using any quotations. And then right here, what is this? So it says Abrams versus United States.
like another court case.
Another court case.
Another court case, very good. So why do you think, Crew, that you would want to use another court case?
It's like, it's kind of like background information kind of.
Background information, very good. So background information, you're trying to strengthen your argument. Very good. Okay, and then we look at the word implicit. So what does the word implicit mean? This was one of the vocabulary
Understood but
words.
not expressed.
Very good, right? So it's kind of like infer. You have to figure it out. You understand it, but they're not telling you exactly. Very good. And who would you like to call on to read the next paragraph?
Kaylin.
Thank you.
We are tempted to say, in fact, that the flag deservedly cherished place in our community will be strengthened, not weakened, by our voting today. Our decision is a reaffirmation of the principles of freedom and exclusiveness that the flag best reflects, and of the conviction that our toleration of criticism such as Johnson's is a sign and source of our strength. Indeed, one of the proudest images of our flag, the one immortalized in our own national anthem, is the bombardment is survived at Fort McHenry. It is the national resilience, not its rigidity, that Texas sees reflected in the flag, and it is that resilience that we reassert today.
Okay, bombardment. Remember how for homecoming for Powder Puff, whenever the freshmen didn't expect y'all to show up and y'all just bombarded them, right? So that is what they're talking about. Like, you just surprised and you show up. Okay, thank you so much. That was a great job. So, because we're reading someone's opinion, even though they are a justice, right? Even though they're a professional, what do we know about everyone? Everyone has an opinion, even if you're a lawyer or a doctor or a judge. So before you make a decision about a case, so what do we know about this guy's opinion, what he's saying? Like, what do we know, like, on a background about his thoughts?
It's shared with other people.
He's gonna share them with the other people. We looked at two examples specifically. So we looked at a judge who he did not think that this guy should be allowed to run a flag, that he thought he should have to serve a sentence because he has more of a conservative mindset. So we see that this justice, that he was one of 5, so he had more of a mindset that to him, he felt like this guy has the right to do something. So whenever you're considering an opinion, you want to look at the person's background, because we all have preconceived notions. Like, before we do something, we know whether or not we like it. Like, people who are vegetarians, they already have their mind made up. So that's what's kind of similar here. So this justice's opinion, like, to him, he doesn't think flag burning is something that should be punishable if it's done peaceably. So let's look at the word resilience. So what does the word resilience mean, Kaylin?
Ability to return to a normal state after change or injury.
Very good, right? And it's just about being flexible. If something happens, you're able to just bounce back and you just return back to normal. So I like this sentence that he talks about right here. We are tempted to say, in fact, that the flag's deservedly cherished place in our community will be strengthened, not weakened, by our holding today. So what is he trying to tell us? So the justice is trying to say, so Noelle, can you read what I just underlined about the part about the flag?
The flag deservedly cherished place in our community will be strengthened, not weakened, by our voting today.
Okay, so their holding means their decision today. So he's trying to tell the audience something. He's trying to tell the audience about his decision. So what do you think, based on what you've just read? Like, what do you think he wants the audience to know about his decision, about the flag?
It's not going to change the way the country is. It's going to be stronger than before.
Very good. So I really like how he gives this example, right? So he isn't just telling us something, he's explaining it. And a lot of y'all did a really great job on your essays. You gave me the text evidence and then you elaborated on it. So that's what he's doing. So he's making a claim and argument and then he's elaborating on it. Very good. And then we have one more quick paragraph. Who would you like to call on?
Navy.
All right, Navy, thank you so much. This is an easy one.
The way to preserve the flag's special role is not to punish those who feel differently about these matters. It is to persuade them that they are wrong.
Very good. So yesterday we talked about, I had some students who got very upset and they were very angry. They were looking at their opinion. They were upset that somebody would think it's okay to burn a flag. So remember in that little video we watched, they talked about you want to focus not on your opinion, you want to focus on the opinion of whoever's doing the writing. And so that's what he says here. So he's saying that it's not our job to tell people if they're right or wrong. It's our job to try to persuade them to see if they're correct. All right. So now we are going to move on to the bottom of page 43, okay? So we are going to do the one that says monitor comprehension. It's the ones for notice and note. So I'm gonna give y'all, we're gonna read what they're asking you. So does everybody see where it says monitor comprehension? It is in the right margin on 43. Okay. Do you see where we are, Hayden? Can you read what it's annotate? Can you read what it's telling us to do?
Mark word that Brennan cite from another legal document.
Okay, so who is Brennan? Do you remember who Brennan is?
Hey, Nakashi, he's the author, he's the one that wrote it.
He is, okay, and he's the author, but what kind of author? Like, what kind of person is he?
He's a judge.
He's a judge, right? So to be able to answer and annotate this question, they're asking you to highlight words that he cites from another legal document. Okay, and so the interpret part, that's what you're gonna do, and then you're gonna paraphrase its meaning. So crew, can you read it's also in your book where it says interpret, what they want you to do.
To reread the citation and paraphrase its meaning.
Okay, very good. So I'm gonna give you all about 4 minutes. What I want you to do is you're just gonna go back in here and this little text that we read, they want you to highlight the words that Brennan cites from another legal document, okay? And then they want you to reread the citation. So remember a citation, what's an example of a citation? Whenever y'all were citing in your paragraphs. A parenthetical citation, right? So that's what this is. So number one, I want you to go back quickly through this little passage and just highlight the words that he cites from another document. And then in the margin, I just want you to paraphrase. So what does this mean? So what is he trying to tell us? Okay, so Navy, what are we about to do? So what are we getting ready to work on?
Oh, highlight the words Brennan cites from the legal documents
Very good, and it's gonna be where?
in the text.
It's gonna be in the text, and then the citation, right? They want you to read the citation, and what do they want you to do in the margins?
Paraphrase its meaning.
Very good, and what is paraphrase, what does it mean again, Sawyer?
It's like restate it in
Okay.
different words.
Very good, so restate it in your own words, okay? So I'm gonna give y'all about 4 minutes, you probably won't need it. And then I'm gonna look at some of your responses. No. Great job, Hayden. Did you get to the paraphrase part?
I'm there right now.
That was the easy one, right? Because all of the text is the same thing, it's all part of the same thing. Yeah, just highlight this. Remember Trey talked about, so why is that significant? What is significant about this name?
This is another court case.
Yes, very good, right? Another court case. So they're wanting you to paraphrase. So what does that mean? So what is the purpose of that? Why did they write that?
The words are tough.
The words are tough, yes, because it's a legal document. That's why we had y'all work with partners yesterday and we did the background. And and then in a little while, you're gonna work with a group. We're gonna break down, each group's gonna have one vocabulary word, and then y'all are gonna take a paragraph and tell us what it means.
Tough words.
Which one do you find this tough?
All of them?
What is persuasion? If you're trying to persuade somebody,
Like, convince them?
Yeah.
you're trying to convince them. That's
Permissible,
what you come up with.
permissible.
Yeah, permissible.
Very good, right? Wow, yeah, he's trying to persuade him, right?
I feel like just all these words combined make them chop up on fancy.
Yes. Okay, very good. So we talked about how we're gonna look at word choices. Why do you think the words, whenever y'all did writing for me, it was formal, but it wasn't this formal?
Chop up like really formal.
Yes, and okay, so number one, you wanna look at the author, right? So who wrote this?
The Supreme Court, but I guess like you got to totally that's the Supreme Court.
So who is this audience? Yes, right? It's court records.
This audience is like I guess like the people. And it's really important piece on the Supreme Court.
Yes, so
Like,
he,
people talking.
very good, right? So he's using all these words and word choices that can be difficult to understand. Okay, is anyone, okay, everyone's finished? Okay,
No.
you still working? Okay. Let me see what you have. Okay, so yes. So what is the significance of this?
This?
Yes.
To
Remember, like, okay, so what is this guy's name?
Vernon.
And then what is this one?
Barnett.
Okay, so this is the first time that we do this kind of text. So normally when we see something in parentheses, it's telling us where in the text that information's from. Like in that story, the Indian story, they were telling us which paragraph it came from. Well, this is different because it's informational text. So remember how we talked about they're using other court cases to strengthen their argument and to give us more background? So that's what this is. So that's all they wanted you to do, was just identify where the text was and like the person's name. We're gonna get to this like in your groups, but I like that you're thinking ahead. Okay, highlight the words that Brennan cites from another legal document. And I saw everyone's paper, everyone highlighted the same thing. Okay, so everyone highlighted this, right? So everyone has this highlighted, which that is correct. Okay, so the next part of this is they're wanting you to look at the citation. So the citation, like I just explained to Kaylin, it's different, right? Because it's not in a literary piece. We're not reading the goldfish story where you're looking at Yanni in paragraph 7. So they're using other people's work. So right here, they use somebody else's work, and this is the way that they cited it. So interpret, so it says reread the citation, which you did, and so paraphrase its meaning. So Trey, do you have something that you have for the paraphrase? Is there something that you wrote down?
Not really. I feel persuade people.
What did you write?
Persuade people.
Okay, to persuade people. Very good, right? Okay, so that's a great start. So the reason why the justice used this information is he wants to persuade his audience. What is he trying to persuade them of?
Somebody believes something on the Constitution.
To persuade his audience
About his own beliefs.
about his own beliefs. Very good. Did I hear you say something, Hayden?
Yeah, he did say something. What do you got here? Good job.
Very good, right? So he's trying to strengthen his argument, and how is he doing that? He's using information from another court case. Very good. We saw a video yesterday where that girl, she talks about different things she tries to tell her mom or do with her mom, so her mom will let her do what she wants. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to strengthen his case. Very good. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about this one? Okay, Navy. Can you read? Let's see. We're gonna go on to the next one. So we're gonna be on the very next page where it says evaluate evidence. Does everybody see where it says evaluate evidence? Okay. So highlight evaluate evidence. And so what does it tell you to annotate? Can you read for us what it wants you to do for this part?
Mark the claim Brennan makes about the consequences of the decision.
Okay, so what are some keywords in there that pertain to what we're doing?
Highlights.
Highlight. Okay, what's another word? Like a word that goes with argument. They're looking for what? What word would go with an argument?
Claim.
Claim. Very good, right? So you want to zero in on the claim. So you're going to look for the claim. And then Brennan, that's his name, right? So the consequences of the decision. So you're looking for his claim that he makes in the text about the consequences of his decision. And then the question that you're gonna write, that you're gonna notice, that you're gonna write in the margins, how does Brennan use a court case from the past, Abrams versus United States, to support his claim? So let's look at which paragraph mentions Abrams versus the United States.
Paragraph 3.
Paragraph 3, right? So for this question, you're gonna be using paragraph 3. So crew, what are they wanting you to answer for the respond part? What are they wanting you to answer?
Like, reread the sentence without the phrases and.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's.
So what do they want you to read for interpret? So that's what you're gonna write in the side of your book.
Brennan uses a court case from the past to support his claim.
Okay, very good, okay? So you're gonna look at, we just looked at paragraph 3. It tells us Abrams versus United States. So they're wanting you to write down your answer. I'm gonna give you about 3 or 4 minutes and then we're gonna go over it. So how does he use this court case to support his claim? Do you see where we're at, Hayden? Where it says Abrams versus the United States? Awesome. So how does it use that? So you want to look specifically in paragraph what? Very good. Absolutely.
He uses this case to strengthen his own claim.
Yes, that is a great answer. Yes.
Just share
What did you say?
You can share.
I said he uses this case to strengthen his own case, or his own claim.
Yes. That's exactly what he's doing. Right? So we have someone who has a lawsuit and the judge is trying to convince people. That is a really, really great answer. So you want to tell it to me one more time?
He uses this case to strengthen his own claim.
He uses this case to strengthen his own claim. And what is his claim? Do you remember what his claim is, Gavin? So what is this justice? What is his claim?
That was arresting the man violated the First Amendment rights.
Yes, very good, right? So Trey, that was a really great answer. And Gavin, that is a great answer, connecting Trey's, right? So that's all they're doing. They're just wanting you to look at how he's using this case, Abrams versus the United States, to strengthen his own claim. Okay, very good. Now we're going to quickly, we have a few minutes left. So on page 45, I want you to work on, you to check your understanding, okay? So on page 45, there's 3 questions. Y'all have a great day. We'll go over these tomorrow whenever y'all get back, but I'm gonna have everybody work on it. Okay, does everybody see where we're at? Check your understanding. Sawyer, can you read question number 1? These should be pretty easy.
What did the Supreme Court decide should happen to the people who wear the flag?
Okay, so you're gonna wanna obviously, just like we always do, there's just 3 of them, so you wanna go through them and you wanna find the correct answer. So number 1, what did the Supreme Court decide should happen to people who burn the flag? And Gavin just told us.
I think it's D.
D, that is correct.
Amazing.
You said A?
I said amazing.
Oh, I thought you said A. I was like, wait, you just told us. D, right? Okay, I see. Everyone has that. Very good. So they should not be punished because their actions are protected under the First Amendment. So there were 4 justices that if this question asked about them, what was the minority's opinion? This would not be the correct answer because they don't agree with this.
So George rules.
Yes, it does, especially in this case. Very good. Okay, let's look at number 2. Layla, can you read number 2 for us?
What is the purpose of the italicized words such as barnet and
Amazing
Okay.
job.
Thank you, right, that one, so we talked a lot about that one. So what is the purpose of the italicized words such as Barnett in the text? So I'm gonna give y'all, what, 30
I
seconds?
think it's F.
You think it's F?
Not exactly.
I think it's F too.
I get where you come from, but I think it's G.
Okay, so you think
not
it's
a-
F?
It's not a little
I
off.
think it's that.
It's a court
I think it's
decision.
F.
Okay, so raise your hand if you think it's F. Raise your hand if you think it's G.
I'm a little.
Oh, it's F.
I'm a little.
What if you think it's H?
No, I think it's G.
And does anybody think it's J?
Oh, nah, I think majority.
The correct answer is G.
Who rules? Huh?
Let's look at why.
Majority rules.
I love this, okay.
Because it's not an author. It's a court decision. It wasn't an author.
Oh,
I
you
will-
are right.
Oh, good job, Trey,
See,
for
I thought it
noticing
was
that.
F too, but I
Great
really-
insight.
I thought about myself.
Good job, Trey.
Wait, okay. What is the purpose of the italicized words such as born in the text? So why, okay, so if you picked F, so why did y'all think it was F?
Because
It was like citing it.
Yeah, citing it.
Like, I thought that too, but then I really thought
It
about
looked
it.
like parenthetical
Okay,
citation.
but
It looked like, but it's different, right? Because how do you know it's different than a parenthetical citation?
Because no one got it. Parentheses.
And it's not the guy's name, right? So you would have the author's name. So the guy's name, Barnett, that's not his name. Very good. So I like how those of you who picked F, now you know why it's G. So what is the correct answer, Trey?
G.
Good job.
Okay, can you read the answer for
To
us?
identify important court decisions related to their decision.
So how did you know that that was the answer?
Because it basically F. I thought F, but it's not an author. And it's a court decision that's talking about. Talking about a different court case.
So like different, like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a really great observation. A lot of these, whenever we're taking tests, a lot of these answers look
It's
the
like,
same.
it's like inferences. It's not really said in the text. You gotta decide yourself.
The word author, that is a really great observation. I'm going to use that in my other classes because I didn't even notice that. So whenever you're reading the answer choices for the tests or quizzes in here on the leap, you have to read every word.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, they'll have 2 answer choices that can be
Yeah, they
correct.
look both great, but you gotta pick the best one.
Yes. I'm glad that you noticed that. Wow. So the word author, right? Because this is a Supreme Court justice. Very good. And then, so let's check that. Very good. Okay. And then let's see quickly. Number 3.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah, I got it.
Which of these describes Brennan's opinion of the American flag? So what is the answer? A?
A.
It plays a special role in American society.
It's very much so. Amazing.
Very good.
Good job today, guys.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you so much.
Y'all did awesome.